Music works. Hi, everybody. Everybody dance.
If I do this,
the music is very loud. I can barely hear you talking.
How's this?
Voice is still super quiet.
What? Can you hear my voice?
I can hear your voice, yes, but it's really low. Everybody dance. Whoever's watching.
Now my sound, like you are very low volume right now.
Yeah, your voice is like way down.
How's this?
Better.
Okay. Yeah, just double clicked the default levels. I'm trying to use Voice Meter Banana, and it's really complicated. I followed a 4-minute tutorial.
Yes.
I tried to do it on my own months ago, and it's terrible.
Oh, all of them are. They're all a pain in the butt. I use another product that they have, the VB, the virtual audio cable, and it's the same way. For different sources, you got to like select different types and things depending how you're piping it into. Yeah, it's dumb.
But that's just for one source, isn't it? The virtual audio cable.
Yeah. You're doing it the smarter way because you have actual like proper input systems.
My intention is to control the different levels independently, but I have to select where it's piped in all together, and it seems there's only one volume control for everything.
Yeah.
Like there's two outputs. One which is called just voice meter output, and the other is auxiliary output. And if I try to separate it, I turn into the same problem in StreamYard, and I can only select one source there. So it destroys what I was looking for.
Yeah, you almost, in order for StreamYard to get that to work, you almost have to you have to have all this pre-processing that you're doing to pre-mix it into a single source of StreamYard, so StreamYard can actually do something with it.
Well, that's what the app is for. And it's not doing the one thing I wanted it to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I should read more about the manual. But I'm going to do another test. Oh, do you hear static right now?
Yes, I just heard massive static.
Yeah. Everything is plugged in, and like it's distributed in 3 power strips.
Oh.
And in order for my video to be piped in correctly, I have to like power my RGB to HDMI, which is connected by my Macintosh Plus, but not use it because I have to make the splitters be active at that level.
Oh,
if I don't, the signal gets stuck from too far.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I turned off my RGB lights to help it, but sorry.
Yeah, it's like it's picking up noise from you typing or something. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Wow. It's like that YouTuber who made his electric piano with high voltage. Hey, Sloopy. Check this out. I've discovered a new technology where I type in my keyboard and you hear audible static sound.
Yeah, I heard.
Ooh, I
was trying to test my system here.
Planet X3.
You see this computer here?
Yes.
The next phase of doing my downstairs is moving the desk my computer. So I'm going to be moving this over here, so everything has to come off of it, and I'm also changing the shelf on it. So I'm going to be using that machine temporarily, probably to stream on Dave's stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like wondering how well it'll do because it's it's slow as shit. Yeah, let me try it.
Yeah, it's JP7 and JP.
Should I try DOS game with PC speaker sound?
I barely heard that. What?
I'm gonna run a DOS game with PC speaker sound,
Oh, okay.
and I hope I don't like destroy your eardrums. Ooh. Static.
It's almost like.
Yeah, this is not
It's like the data bus of the machine or somehow is getting piped into the sound. It's weird.
It's fascinating. Yeah.
Ooh, that machine got grumpy.
I can also disconnect the cable. Yeah.
Ah! Okay, I can hear again. JP7 pins 2 and 3 closed. What is JP7? JP7 pins. That's 17. I am looking at a logic board. Where is JP7? Hello, JP7. It's right. It's right over here somewhere.
The other side of a Sloopy is in the backstage.
It's 1, 2.
Oh, there you go.
Oof,
Aha!
The back.
that's
side.
horrible.
Yeah, that lens needs some Windex.
More than that.
It needs a flamethrower.
JP7 is.
That's better.
Yeah, throw the board this way. Yes, JP7.
Yeah, it's only a 720p camera that's built into the machine.
It's not quite accurate. Close.
Well, if you don't have a paying account in StreamYard, aren't you limited to 720p anyway?
I have no idea, but that camera, it's an all-in-one PC with touchscreen,
Oh, it's
and the built-in camera is only 720p. The camera, the webcam that I have connected to it is 1080. It's a cheap $10-15 Amazon special, but it's also fixed focal. So, and I don't bother setting the focus on it unless it's really bad.
Well, it can beat autofocus, which everyone seems to be struggling with.
Yeah. Ew.
What?
It's an Intel.
What, that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to replace it with that.
That's a black square.
It is a black square. It's a black square of magic.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where the speaker is on that. I mean, the microphone on that computer is, and I can't figure it out. So I go to snap my fingers to see where it gets louder and such, and it won't send out my finger snap.
So I just need to move it to 2 and 3 and then plug the thing in. Okay.
So, what are you going to be doing on Dave's stream tomorrow? It's you have to join in as two cameras.
No. I'm going to be the machine that I'm using here, that I'm actually talking on. You see the big desk I have here?
Yeah.
Everything's coming off of it. This shelf here is going to be moved up to the top of it, and then the whole thing is going to be put on that wall.
Okay.
Then
Hey, look, it came out.
computer's going to be put on the top, and then monitors and such will be down at the bottom. And I'm on this side, Missy's on that side, and we're going to swap so that I don't have to constantly go back and forth around her when I'm getting up and doing things.
You
Because
want to
usually,
set up a soldering from top down?
yeah, I've already got a camera over there. It's just not. Oops, wrong button. I've got a camera over there. It's just not because the USB extension is not far enough. It's not really showing it.
And you want this set to. Hi, everybody. I'm reading documentation.
Yeah, because I think I'm going to grab a couple more of these
46
1080p
DX2
cameras.
Which means it needs to be this one right here.
Because most of the cameras I have are old. They're like
Which is
Logitech and
the same
such,
setting,
but
so
they're
this is-
old and they're only 720p.
Yeah, the webcam I have is from 2008.
Okay,
only
this is either
I
going
ever
to
bought.
or catch fire.
Oh, these are older than that.
Yeah.
This one and the one that machine back there is showing on.
It doesn't matter if there's like
Hey,
10
look, it
people.
works.
StreamYard, you don't need that many pixels anyway.
Yeah.
Get washed anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you're using lower resolution, it doesn't look as good. Even if the output is like this small.
Yeah.
Like, you see how good that looks back there?
Yeah.
And if I go back to the other camera, which is only 720 source, because because the one that's showing now is only 1080 source, it looks terrible. Because the pixelization, it gets even worse.
Yeah, but your content is retro themed, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, then I'll go get I'll go find my Connectix Quick Cam.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I got.
8 bits are all you need.
In your box, stove box.
Thank you much.
So I touched my audio cable to discharge the static, the surplus charge, and let me try another audio test.
Okay.
Oh,
Very loud.
yeah. If I do this, does the music get cut? What about this? Is the music cut out?
Still very loud. Comparative.
Still loud.
Yep, sounds really good. I mean, it sounds clear. There is an echo, though. But that's a local issue. Are you on mute? I think one bit's on mute.
Yeah, your mic is not working, sir.
Oh, okay. So
Now it
this
is.
does it. Yeah, okay. So can I cut the audio? Can I bring the music in and out? I'm gonna test this. Do you hear the music?
Yep.
And the button is disabled. That's crazy. Why? Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I'm doing a Windows 10 piping in of the auxiliary cable. That's what's happening. Like when you plug in devices, you can hear the audio.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing, and I should not be doing
Why is
this.
it not working? It was literally working just like the last time I had this machine booted. Joe!
Joe, what's this?
It's Ohio. With a heart. I send that out to special people or people who are from Ohio who buy things from me.
Oh, I'm special. Short bus special.
Sure.
Joe, do you hear echo in Sloopy's voice?
Talk, Sloopy.
No.
Don't be a butthead. Talk.
Okay. You might hear a little bit of an echo because that is actually on also.
Yeah, I hear a
Mhm.
very, very, very slight background echo.
Yeah, that's probably me because the other one, well, the other screen actually has. Let me go hit the mute on that one.
Yeah, I was listening to the auxiliary. I should not. All right. If my theory is correct, I'm gonna plug in the cable again, and you should not be hearing the music. How about this?
No music.
Any music?
Nope.
No music.
And how about this?
Yes.
All right. Low volume music
Yes.
Perfect.
and very high volume music.
Yes.
Obscene.
Okay. All right. I found the problem. So how is this balance? Is the music like
That's better right
background
there.
enough?
Yep.
Can you hear the voice? Like, is it tolerable?
Yeah, your voice is better than the music.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Joe.
Well, I
It's
mean,
music.
well, however you want to
1993.
take it, but yeah, the levels were good.
Yeah. Okay.
Music should be like just in the background so folks can hear it, so you can hear it, but not so, loud that when you need to speak, people can't hear you because you should be the focus.
Do you know like the dB level I should be using for background music so that voice comes out on top? Like, is it
It's subjective.
15 or-
Whatever you have it set to right now seems to be about right.
That's minus 23.
Yeah, I'd probably put up the volume just on the game just a little bit
Which one?
on the game volume.
Yeah, just raise it to like minus 17 now.
That's about perfect
Yeah. Okay.
because you can
See,
still
that's
hear
the
the game, but you can
kind
also
of
still
things I
understand
wanted
people
to
talking
figure
over it.
out. Yeah. Thanks.
I'm watching this guy who's supposed to be streaming. He was supposed to start streaming like a half an hour ago, and he still hasn't started streaming.
Who?
Any bit fever dreams?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be doing a Windows 98 sound test. StreamYard.
Yeah.
Windows 98. Did you never hit go
Too
live?
much power, so it resetted my machine.
Click.
What machine are you playing this game on?
Oh yeah,
It's,
you never went go live. Oh, that's funny. Anyway,
This machine is a WEC. It's a Pentium 1 233 megahertz equivalent.
Ah,
It's the one I assembled myself.
yeah, I remember those. It's a interesting little toy, but it seems obscenely priced for what it is.
Yeah, if I had a collection of Pentiums beforehand, I would not have done it. But for me, it was kind of a like soldering tutorial and to gain some skills about it, and for SMD especially.
Oh yeah, yesterday I learned how to solder.
You
See?
lies.
learned how to solder.
Yeah, at VCF Midwest they had a learn to solder thing, and you could buy these various boards, and then they had like 15 stations set up where you could just sit there and you could learn to solder, and there's someone there to help you. And I bought one of the boards, but because I was like, oh, I like that one, and they're like, would you like some help with it? And it was funny because someone who saw me, and they're like, what are you doing? I said, I'm learning to solder. And then he goes, would you like to learn how to solder? And he looks at me and looks at him. And he goes, Soldering, learning soldering is the least of the help he needs. I was like, I feel so loved. Yeah, it's really nice, except the switch is broke.
I figured you already soldered.
Yeah, I just learned yesterday.
Yay!
Just don't mind all this, like all this soldering equipment over here.
Our Bubba McGillicuddy, whoever that is.
Sounds like a local resident.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, me.
Check out my cool game.
Yours actually has sound going, though. I don't have a sound card in
Hear
this thing yet. Yeah, I can hear it.
And I can't. Do I have to pipe in the same audio?
I can't hear it now.
Well, there's no sound right now because he's not doing anything.
And the keyboard stopped acting.
I wonder how the sound sounds over on that machine.
Nice. And we
Oh well, I guess I'll test it tomorrow. It's too much work.
I am formatting a MS-DOS 6 floppy on a Windows 10 machine.
Yeah?
Cool.
Is that a task you do weekly?
I do what, weekly?
Very
Format MS-DOS 6 game discs?
I found this USB floppy drive at my relatively local scrapper place.
No, if you wanted a USB floppy drive, you should have said something, Joe. I've got a bunch of the really good Dell ones.
Ouch.
Well, I found this years ago, or a year ago. I've had so many of these things that are just garbage. I randomly saw this one. I'm like, that's Mac. That looks like a Mac floppy drive. I plug it into my Windows machine, and it's the most reliable USB floppy drive I've ever used. It just works.
Yeah, the Dell ones are very well known. They're very good.
This is so much more fluid than the Mac version.
Yeah.
Too many colors in the Mac version.
You fell down.
He's feeling down. You got a sword.
I'm going to teabag this skeleton. Oh no! Ooh.
I don't know how to play this
down
game.
there. I don't remember. Do you remember your secrets in this game? I think
I
there's
never got it past like the very first jump.
Yeah,
I'm not good at video games by any stretch of anyone's imagination ever.
I never beat
Not-
the Prince of Persia.
yeah, not the kind of video game I was really into, and I played it a few times, and I died too much.
Too much death. Too much death. Ugh. Ding 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 ding. Wow wow.
Yeah, the best way to win that game is not to play.
That was the best way to not lose. Man.
Okay, so siege. Let's just check.
Nice beat there.
Great.
there was a you remember Karateka?
Karateka.
Karateka?
Or karateka.
Yeah. My brother got to the end and he wasn't aware that you absolutely need to put your guard up against your girlfriend, and he died right at the end. Never played again. Because
Oh my
your
God.
girlfriend's like under control of the baddie, and she attacks you, so you have to defend yourself for a bit, and she just murdered him.
My daughter just sent me a joke.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can people born in the 20th century understand it?
Yes. She said, I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why.
Aha!
Nice.
Cool.
Smart.
Look at that. Hard disk 1, 504 megabytes. Yeah, no. This machine is a freaking garbage fire. Way too loud. Better.
Okay, all the wax in my ear is now loosened. Let me go grab a Q-tip. I was trying to get more people to join the voice channel on Discord, and I sat in there all night, and one person kept coming in and like leaving almost immediately, and that was it.
Yeah, I saw you in the voice channel. I thought you were just in there by accident.
Yeah, that's what I assume always in every Discord channel server. I mean,
No, I'm trying to get more like a more conversation and more interaction when streams aren't happening.
well, if you plan it beforehand and announce it, maybe you're gonna get people.
That's what I was trying to do. Not so much a planned thing, but just random like just people coming in and out and talking and doing whatever they're doing and such.
So funny. So this is hilarious. This sees the hard drive as 8 gigabytes, but the summary sees it as 504. This machine is a garbage fire.
Well, the summary is probably looking at the BIOS, and the actual screen is looking at the actual data from the drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, cylinders, heads, sector.
Yeah, the BIOS on this is really weird. It's got that like half and half mix of what cylinders, heads, and sectors it can support. So drives over a certain size will use the smallest of each of the columns, and so then it shows 504, even though it can actually support up to 8 gigs.
Yeah,
it's weird. Like there's a 16 gig card in it now, and it sees it as 8, and it's like, all right. But if I put a 32 gig card on it, it's like, this is a garbage fire. I can't even write to this. What are you trying to do? You're an idiot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that we ever had the sectors heads. I mean, the cylinders head sectors set up.
Yeah, don't miss those.
Yeah, should have just done straight number of sectors, and that was it. Have the hard drive card deal with the details on the drive itself, and the system only see just a long list of sectors. That's the way the Atari actually does it. whether it's a floppy drive, hard drive, or whatever. The
Look,
OS only sees it as just a big, huge bunch of sectors.
the clock on this runs. It counts the CPU clock twice as fast, or the actual the RTC twice as fast as it should.
Well, that's when you're dealing with Russian door locks. That makes it faster. It makes it easier to overclock to get through the timeout.
Yeah. Video speed. This is gonna be slow.
Oh, that's screaming fast.
I can't dance.
Yeah, neither can I.
Should install a SCSI IDE or a ISIS SCSI card in this thing just for giggles. It would overcome all the freaking BIOS limitations, that's for sure. Throw a blue SCSI at it and be done. Hey, look! I have one!
Whoa.
Cool.
It's 1520B.
This is absolutely unplayably fast.
Oh my lord. Press the turbo button!
Yeah, I have to throttle down the CPU. We do that, just this. Probably remove the L1 and L2 cache as well. Divide by 32.
Excuse me.
It's too slow.
Of course, I have to clear off my bench for tomorrow because I got to build hoarders tomorrow. Or tomorrow, I mean today. Later today.
I'm talking about you by proxy, Joe.
Thank you.
In the Coco Nation, the Game On Challenge Live has been, it's close to 2 years. We're at episode 97, 96,
Yeah.
97. And there's been an idea for a Coco Tech show where they start, they're talking about doing like beginner subjects or newbie subjects on it, like setting it up, getting it running, learning how to program and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that's behind it has been busy lately. And it's like they've been talking about it for about 1.5 years, actually, but it's just been all talk up until about 6-8 months ago when Marco started doing serious things with it, and no actual streams were made. But he started getting people together, getting episodes lined up, and it's like he said the other day, I haven't forgotten about this, just other things have become a bigger priority. And I was like, is there anything I can do to help with this? And he goes, not really. I've just been pressed for time in other areas of my life. I just need to focus on Coco Tech for a month or so to get it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I have a composite mod for the Coco One I need to install. want me to do an impromptu / semi-planned Coco Tech episode next week some night and stream me building and installing it?
Maybe.
Yeah. So, because I mean, this week I obviously can't because I won't have stuff ready. But yeah, because Curtis is also talking about doing a EOU Nitrous 09 Q&A. And yeah, he just offered to do it before September ends.
Cool.
So you're pretty involved with the Coco stuff, Sloopy?
Yeah.
Do you know someone named Boise?
Yeah, I know Pete Boise.
Yeah,
Or
he's
Boise
working
Pete.
on like porting OS 9 to the Phoenix computer right now, and he's like posting his updates, and every day there's a new thing working. He seems to be a pro.
Yeah, I'll just say, isn't that special?
Okay. I don't know.
I hear animosity.
Yeah. I don't know enough
No, you don't say.
I don't know enough to dissect the way you said it.
Cool. So it's faster or something, I guess. Volume in drive C is B. Okay.
What? That's the name of the drive.
Yeah.
Ready? Fight.
Fight.
Yeah, the CPU divider doesn't do much.
Dong. Smacked into the wall. All right, I'm gonna head out. It's sleepy time for Joe Guy.
Hey, thanks for coming by and help me test this.
See you later.
Appreciate it.
Joe,
What?
if I do that stream sometime next week, you want to come on the show with me?
Probably.
All right. Are you on the Coco Discord?
No.
All right. I will talk to you about it between now and then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. What about L2 cache only? Yeah, I need to. The Windows 98 was just resetting all the time because I have so much gear hooked up. The current must be very dirty. So I need a better power supply for it.
Yeah.
Like it just runs fine somehow. Not sure why exactly. Like it's sending audio, but can there be a feedback to the other way? I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's annoying about Windows and its handling of sound. Linux is capable of doing a lot more in sending sounds here and there and only to this and only that or come only from here.
Like, do you mean all the way from the beginning?
Yeah, like on Linux, you can have it so that your sound from a game is only piped out to the speakers, and your sound for your Discord is only piped to your headphone.
But I mean, even the vintage Linux stuff from the 90s.
I'm not as clear on that. It's on the PC probably, but on the other platforms, on the other architectures, probably not as much. Because I know that I was doing stuff like I was trying to do stuff like that on Yellow Dog Linux, and I was somewhat successful. And when I talked to people about it, and they said that, yeah, you can do that on the x86, but it's still not on the Power PC side of things yet, but should be coming soon.
Out to cache.
Ready?
Oh,
Fight.
whoa.
Yeah, the big part of it is the way how Windows handles sound.
Yeah, Windows sound system stuff.
Yeah, because I think basically what the deal is that everything comes in, it has a volume on its coming in, and then everything goes out. Everything comes in, has a volume on its coming in, then it all gets mixed together and then gets sent out, and then the going out has a volume. But that's it. There is no being able to have it being more cut up than that, unless you get something like there are like soundboards that are available that run under Windows, but then it's the actual software that is dealing with the individual inputs and outputs.
That's what I'm using. I'm using Voice Meter Banana right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to shell out the money for a hardware solution, but I guess it would be simpler because you connect every wire yourself, so you know what, like physically what you have on the end.
Yeah.
But, the software was really horrible to set up, but I was lucky to find a 4-minute video that explained it very well. Just the minimum you need. No fluff. Alright. So how fast can I switch to my Mac now? So many fucking cables everywhere.
Just use a switcher. Done.
Yeah, I have switchers. Don't worry about this. It's still so many cables.
Yeah, I had a client that did day trading on online day trading, and they had, what was it, 9 PCs, and they had a whole bunch of 2-to-1 switchers that they'd have to switch through to get to whichever machine they wanted. And I'm like, well, why don't you get like a 10 or 12-to-1 switcher? Then you can have one keyboard, one mouse, one display for, instead of having to use 2 displays and such. And he goes, well, some of them I need a second monitor on, and some of them I only need to get to when I go to them. And I'm like, well, what you could do is, on the ones that you need a second monitor on, have mirrored displays so that you have the displays around, but then a single monitor and keyboard and mouse that you hit the button to go to select which machine you want to control and display. And then the extra machines that are showing you graphs and such, they'll be in mirrored mode so that you could just go look at it immediately. And he was like, wow. And so I set him up with a 12 gang KVM and set up the machines. So he had 6 monitors. 5 of them were always displaying, and one of them you could switch between any of them. That the KVM was just right in front of him. He'd push buttons, and he thought that was the greatest thing. And oh my God, I think I charged him. When I figured it out, I was like, about $1,000. And then it was like, so I was going to do it for $1,000, completely setting everything up from start to finish. And he says to me, he goes, all right, he goes, let's do, because I talked to him about it, and I said, yeah, I need to get the numbers. And he calls me back, and he goes, yeah, let's do it. He goes, but my budget's only $5,000, so as long as you can do it for under $5,000, let's do it. I was like, oh, yeah, well, it's good because the the invoice would only be $3,500.
Yeah, it barely fits 5,000, but yeah.
Yeah.
How lucky are you? So, did he bring down his electricity bill after you hooked him with?
I don't know.
We stopped using like 9 monitors, or
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
because he was actually using like 7. But
that
it
would
was
be a
like
pretty current draw.
it was more of the issue of he had, what was it, like 7 1 to 2 kVMs,
Yeah,
and he would like be switching between them, like pushing buttons to figure out which one he needed to go to.
yeah.
And this brought it
He's a
down
chart.
to, yeah, I mean, this only got rid of 1 monitor, but it also made it so that it was a lot more usable for him. Yeah, that was probably about 99, 2000. I told him that what he could do is get a Mac 2 FX and put 6 video cards in it, and then
Yeah,
have all the
and pay $20,000. Oh no, and in 2000 it would be cheap.
yeah, it's probably like it's probably earlier than that, maybe 98, 97. And I said you could put 6 video cards in it and then just run all the graphs on all the monitors. And he goes, wow. He goes, but I don't like Macs, so can you do that on a PC? And I'm like, unfortunately, no.
Then you call him back a year later and you tell him, "Are you ready for the Y2K bug?"
Yeah.
And you get a $20,000 contract for it.
No, I had already done all that because it was when yeah, because it was probably like 98, so people were starting to talk about it. So
My brother worked for a bank in those years, and he worked so much overtime. It was crazy. He made bank literally working for the bank.
yeah,
But he would be really stressed out because he could be called like at 2 a.m. because a big transaction would not go. Well, it wasn't Y2K related necessarily, but like the systems were not stable,
yep.
and he hated it.
Yeah, I remember my boss hired this person to do Y2K compliance, and it was someone that took like a night course for Y2K compliance, and she was a fucking idiot. And that was being kind. Yeah, because she kept saying, "Oh, you need to replace these Macs with PCs because Macs, there's no way to fix the Y2K bug." And I'm like, they don't have a Y2K bug. They don't have a bug until you get to the year 2038, which, and my boss is like, well, 2038, I'll probably be dead. And I says, exactly. He was in his 60s at that point, so.
Let's run.
Oh man! Ooh, I can make my hotel reservations for Cocoa Fest 2024.
Where is it?
Chicago. It's about like 10, 15 minutes from where VCF Midwest is.
Yeah. Chicago gets all the action.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that Cocoa Fest is put on by the Glenside Color Computer Group, which is a group, which is a user group in the Chicago greater area. So the actual locality for the user group is there. I'm just glad that it's there and not like California or something, because then I'd never be able to go.
The only thing that's local to me is like an hour and a half away. There's a meetup like in I think in November, but it's too small. It's just like they're renting like one class out of a school like during the weekend. It's just one day and just a bunch of friends that know each other. It's like
Yeah.
nothing
Where are you located?
in Quebec City.
Uh,
They're doing it right in the middle of Montreal and Quebec City, so Trois-Rivières, in order to attract both the major the bigger two cities of Quebec, Montreal and Quebec City, and maybe Sherbrooke. So yeah, I'm not sure how many people are there in those, but they stopped during the pandemic. But it's like the second one they're doing in a long time, and maybe 12 people. I don't know, not sure.
well, you're not very far from work. The World of Retro Computing that Trina.
Oh, yeah. It could be. Oh, Toronto is pretty far by train. It's 5-hour drive.
Yeah, that's not far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's far with young kids.
yeah. These young kids. How old do you think I am? I
don't
mean,
know.
VCF Midwest is 13 hours from me. The only
How
thing,
old are their kids?
huh?
How old are your kid or kids?
My youngest one is 20.
Yeah,
My oldest one is 25.
it's 6.
Yeah, I don't take the kids. When I was a single parent, I would usually send them off to various different people.
Well, my parents live 3 hours away from me.
Ah,
No, I have to check because I don't remember how far Toronto is. It's more than 5 hours. Way more.
well, let's see
Let me
here.
check.
Yeah, it looks to be about 200 miles.
Uh,
And it's actually in Kitchener, which
7 hours and a half. It's 7 hours.
Yeah, where's Kitchener? Is that what
Kitchener is
actually-
even farther.
What are you waiting for? Christmas?
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is further.
So was the work event was it old? Was it when did it start first?
From what I understand, it's only been around 2-3 years.
Okay.
I've never been there. I can't go to Canada. They have standards.
Well, less and less.
Four.
I only know there's a bazooka because LGR goes to this place every time.
What game is that?
Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah, I can't play those type of games or even watch them. I get motion sickness.
All right, then I'll quit. Because
That's
you're
all right.
my only audience, so I don't want to alienate you.
It's all right. I just don't look at it.
Oops. All right. So I'm gonna take a game that's from your
Oh,
era
Jesus.
more.
Do you know who Big D is?
Big D.
Yeah, the streamer, Big D Ihor.
Nope.
He's a streamer, and he's pretty big. I mean, like, what is it? He has 1K followers, but he has a large percentage of viewers. Like
Mhm.
it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and he's got like 26 viewers.
Wow.
And I mean, I've seen him up to over 200 viewers at times.
Jeez.
And it's funny because
Dedicated crew.
he plays games, mostly like older PC games. And right now he's playing Minesweeper in Windows 3.1.
And he has 200 people watching that.
Yeah, he has 24 people watching it.
Nice.
Yeah, here I'll put
Well, it's a popular game. There's billions of people playing that in their lives.
there's a link in the private chat if you want to throw an eyeball at it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, actually, he does giveaways of like Steam codes and such.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple weeks ago, I got Worms WMD,
Oh, no.
which is pretty nice because it's like a $20-$30 game.
It's a modern remake.
Yes. Alley Cat.
Yeah, I recognize that.
I remember playing this on my Atari.
It was made by IBM, I think. So it's strange. They ported to Atari.
I think it was made by Synapse.
Well, let's check out the splash screen. How do I quit out from this?
Oh,
Try. Oh, no. Quit. Control Alt Delete. That's how you quit. Or you press the physical button.
yeah, it was made by Synapse. It was for the Atari 8-bit, IBM PC, and IBM PC Junior.
All right, check out the title screen.
It was released in 1983 on the Atari and
IBM
1984
Okay.
on the PC.
Science and Soft. Okay.
Yeah, Synapse. But yeah, it came out on the Atari 8-bit first.
Like my two older cousins, whenever we visited them, who didn't live very far from us. Like the younger one had a Commodore 64, and the older one had a PC XT, and that didn't have many games for the PC. Was like working on his engineering classes, so it didn't really have time for games. So the cooler younger cousin had the C64, but one of the games that the PC guy had was this Alley Cat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I used to know a lot of people, a lot of kids growing up that had PCs, and I didn't have one. And it's like they never used them; they would just sit there. And every time I'd go over to their place, I'd try to play them, and they would play. They let me play for like half an hour, which really sucked because like if they had a Commodore 64, you'd finally get a game loaded and just started to play. You'd play one or two games. And they're like, "Oh, it's time to go," or "You need to do something else." Or
is that with the data set or the disk drive? It doesn't matter. Both are really slow anyway. But the data set is something else, though.
Yeah, and it's like, I just started playing. Well, you can play some other time. Yeah, bullshit.
Leave it on for next time.
Yeah, because this girl lived up the street from me. Her mother and my parents were her mother and my mother were friends, and I would actually babysit her when her mother was like dating. After the divorce, I would babysit them. Well, her grandfather gave her a Commodore 64, which she was like 11 years old, 12 years old, and she was like actually she was probably like 9 or 10, and she was a very girly girl. So she got the 64 and the 1702 monitor, and literally it just sat in her room, and she never used it. Like, didn't even touch it, didn't even turn it on. And sometimes they'd her mother would let me come up and use it for a little bit. And her mother was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I really want a computer and I'm hoping sometime soon. And her mother was like, yeah, we would give it to you, but because she doesn't have any interest in it, but her grandfather gave it to her. And we don't want her grandfather coming over and saying, oh, what happened to the computer I gave you? And saying, oh, we gave it away.
Yeah.
So it just sat there, not used at all.
It's a shame though, because the monitor can be used to play movies, VHS movies.
I think eventually it just got thrown out, which was kind of sad. Oh man.
Oh, copy protection.
Loom.
Never played that.
Ooh, are we going to be doing some stuff with yarn?
No, it's well, it's kind of a music-related game.
Yeah.
Everyone raves about this game from LucasArts early days.
Yeah.
And if you try to collect the box game sealed, it's in the thousands.
Yeah, it was available for the Atari ST also, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And a streamer that I watched played it.
Leaf. Okay. Hey.
I didn't know it.
Is it loading? Nope. Oh.
Let's see here. Yeah, MS-DOS, Amiga, Atari ST, Mac OS, FM Towns, and TurboGrafx CD.
Yeah, they didn't mess around with ports. They always did every computer back then in the mid 80s to late 80s.
Yeah.
They didn't know who would get ahead. So how's the music level right now?
Good.
It's like really in the background. Doesn't really.
It's almost as loud as your voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't like remember one setting for every game. It has to be per game basis.
Yeah, that's one of the things I hate about watching videos, like on YouTube and such, because even within a single video, no one seems to be able to level their audio. So you'll have one section that's like, it sounds really nice, and then all of a sudden you got a section that's like obscenely loud or obscenely quiet, and then it's like the opposite. So you're constantly sitting there changing volume levels.
There's like no interface in this game.
Yeah. And to
what
do you
call it?
You have to remember a bunch of musical notes a lot for doing various things.
Quitting is F key. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, it's sitting on my 3D printer.
Ooh.
My second one. You ever seen one of these?
Gigabyte square. What is it? Oh, is it a compact flash
It's
or a module?
yeah, it's a compact flash.
Yeah.
But it's not flash RAM. It's actual hard drive.
Hmm.
So it actually has a disk platter in there that actually spins.
It's happy with the low power it gets.
Yep.
Nice. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I actually gave one to Sean, Action Retro at VCF Midwest.
So you
But-
can drop it and break it mechanically.
Yeah, but it's an actual hard drive, and they're kind of heavy. I mean, you know how a normal compact flash card's pretty light.
Yeah.
Yeah, these have a little bit of. They're heavier than you expect. As a matter of fact, let's see how much it weighs. Yeah, it's 17 grams.
So
Unless-
when you have to move them from a computer to another, you have to park the heads like back in the day.
No, it automatically does that.
Yeah. It hasn't been needed since 1987 or something.
Yeah, because it's 0.6 ounces, and a regular compact flash card is like 0.1, 0.2 ounces.
Are you trying to convert me to imperial units?
No. Down with metrics. We don't want no foreign rulers.
Oh, found it. This is a super simple game, but very addictive. And you wonder at the start, like, is it just that? Is it it? It's so simple, but it gets really tough. It's
What game's that?
Sky Roads.
Oh, I've heard of that. Fractal Mind Mike was playing that.
You can aim to just finish the level, but then you won't get the medals. Eventually, you have to go to at full speed and just react properly. And the colors mean different things. Some increase your bounciness. Some will slow you down. Some will explode you. How about the last level? Ooh. Okay. Nope.
Splat.
I have to work towards it. So many times. Sierra. It's Sierra.
You like puzzle games?
Sure. I
Have you
played
played-
through with Seven Guest a few months ago.
Have you played Automino?
I have it in my Mac hard disk images, but I haven't played through it. No, I've tried it. There's a modern game on Steam, which is like Chem Factory or something,
Mhm.
and it you become crazy like managing those molecules that you have to rotate, add atom by atom. It's kind of a silly theme, but you create these production pipelines, and when you get to multiple like factories that have to output different parts of the molecule you have to produce, and they have to be in sync, and it's you become crazy trying to figure it out. It's so hard. I can find out the name if you want, but Atomino was like a single screen. You have to
Well, it had-
remind me what it was exactly.
It had a bunch of different levels where it actually had parts that were blacked out and such. It was one of my most favorite games on the Amiga.
I know there's a black and white version for it for Mac as well as probably color.
For the Mac?
Yeah.
It was never official. It was made by Psygnosis. It was never officially released by them for the Mac. It was Amiga, Atari ST, Commodore 64, and MS-DOS. It was released in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
One of my most favorite PC games is Zeliard.
Yeah, I've tried to do a whole playthrough, but I kind of got distracted when I got to the fire level,
Mm-hmm.
and there's
Yeah.
a bunch of like secret tunnels that you really have to poke around everywhere, and you have to draw a map for yourself or just find it online, I guess. But it's pretty hard. It's a long game, and it supports one of the earlier games that support.
It supports what? Hello?
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, I actually have DOSBox on my laptop, and I used to play Zilliard on it a lot.
Did you do the whole backtracking just to sell like the thing you collect, and you sell back to the villages? You have to backtrack to the right village because you get less money at some point.
Yeah.
When you go further, it's
Yeah,
not
eventually
worth
when you
as
get
much.
enough money, eventually when you get enough money, it's not much of an issue.
Just like in real life.
Yeah. All the people that say money doesn't matter is the people that have tons of it.
Space Chem. 2017. Have you tried there's another
You're breaking up.
puzzle game which is where you do this assembly like language, and I know it doesn't sound like code for each, and the data is like coming in from the top, and you have out it to a corner or something. So one instruction would take uh, a piece of data and send it right to the square to the right, and maybe the square to the right you can beat the levels using the least number of instructions, or do it the fastest, and
Sounds familiar, but I don't know it.
it's the game that doesn't sound fun out from 2020. Yeah, I think I'm getting some lag.
Yeah. You were somewhat breaking up there for a second.
Yeah, I heard it too. So yeah, check out TIS-100, Tessellated Intelligence System. Actually, I could just show you. Let's start.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not the right screen.
Yeah, I think I've heard of this.
I think my computer is struggling. Wow. Okay. Nope. Where's the game? Oh, there it is. Blue screen? Yes. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So Sequence generator. Do I remember this game though? Create new program. So yeah, these are the numbers you'll get from two inputs, and you have to send it in this order exactly. So send the input from A first, then the input from B, then a 0, then 29. Well, it says it here. Write the lesser value to out, write the greater value to out, write 0 to end the sequence. So I absolutely don't remember the commands, but can I just load an example? Yeah, the T. It's a PDF. All right, so move just sends data around. You have an accumulator just like the real CPUs. Is that it? It's a 2-page. Okay. I thought there were more. Here, move down. Missing up. Oh yeah, move up, down. Maybe I have to do some comparison, but at least something will happen. Step. Yeah, you see the 46 goes there, and I have to put it there. To set it to the right first. Move left, down. Oops. Top, down, up, down. Step. So yeah, my first out is right, but the rest won't work. So run it. Tons of errors. So yeah, you have to like carefully craft your program and physically send data to these squares in order to create the right output. It's really hard as well, but it's less hard than Space Chem, strangely. Do I have a saved thing? Oh yeah, I can check some of my programs here. Man, I don't remember any of it. I've played it like 3 years ago. Anyway. It's a fun game if you like to program. Do you like to program, Sleepy?
I wish I could.
All right. I think it's getting late. So thank you for helping me and hanging out.
I'm always here, so
Cool.
that's why you'll see me in the voice chat channel, because I'm here doing something. I don't go anywhere. I have no life.
All right. See you next time.
So, you'll be on Dave's stream tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. Like during the day with the kids, we have to do some chores, have them do their homework and stuff. it's really hard during the daytime. Evening is it for me usually.
So I'll see you in the chat on occasion.
Yeah, I poke around when I have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Try
I
to
know how
stir
that
it
goes.
from the participants.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you there then.
All right, have a good one.
You as well.